Have you ever had someone at work lose their temper with you, or maybe just suddenly get really frustrated about something that seems unreasonable to you? If so, today's learning snack is for you. I'm Joe Ilfeld, CEO and founder of Insight to Leadership. And recently, I was actually spending time with a good friend of mine from college. And as she asked me to some questions, I was in the middle of emails, I was slightly distracted, and I snapped a little bit at her. Was this right? No, completely out of line. And she got upset at me. And part of me felt like, oh, she's totally overreacting. And the other part of me felt like she did not deserve this. And I was just in my own emotional space and stressed about what I was looking at. And that shouldn't have carried over to our conversation. Why is this relevant? It's a time of extraordinary stress. People are under stress from the pandemic. People are under stress, worried about loved ones who are sick or might get sick. People are under stress from a lot of work and a lot of deadlines and a lot of long work hours over many years now at home and balancing homework, everything. So, what this means is the next time someone snaps at you at work, I feel like you have two things that you should be doing. One is you should be finding your empathy or compassion for them because it's likely that they have a lot more going on than you know about. And maybe you even know about a lot that's going on at work. But then, usually, when we have really stressful work days, there's a lot of ripple effects in the rest of our lives. So, start thinking a little bit with compassion. How would I feel if I were in their situation? What would be my stresses? And that might help put you at least into an understanding frame of mind. But the second thing is also important. And that's what my friend did is she set a boundary and she was like, I don't really want you speaking to me that way. And I heard it and I listened. And I think there are ways you can set those boundaries at people at work, even if they're people you report to and not just peers or someone who reports to you. I think it's good to find another time, not right when it's happening, and sit them down and say, I was thinking about our interaction last Friday when we were talking about X, Y, and Z. And there was a point where I felt you get really frustrated at me and raise your voice. And to me, that didn't feel good. So, can we agree that even if we're frustrated, we'll express that in calm tones in the future? Or it's really important to me that we can talk about things in calm tones, even when they're stressful events. And yes, you might have to set this boundary more than once. And of course, if it continues at a certain point where someone is completely irrational and yelling, then you might want to think about how do you involve HR? How do you think about whether this is the right work situation for you? There's a lot of other questions there. But if you're just dealing with someone who's a little grumpy and snapping and taking more out on you than they should, I think a really good first step is to find your empathy and compassion and then approach them during a calm down time and set what are your boundaries. I hope this learning snack was helpful for you.